Hello to a lovely sunny day here in South Australia. As you can see behind me, Tom's Lexus is sitting there, nice and clean and beautiful, lovely day heading towards spring. Why am I talking about all things green and lush and beautiful? Well, that's because I bought another project car. I know, exciting, isn't it? As the green parrots make their noise. So the project car that I've got, okay, all right, this is going to be a really interesting project. It's, do you know what, I'll just show you. I think that's going to be the best way. Good God, what have I done? You ready? Here we go. Yep, I bought an AU Falcon with a fridge box. Woo-hoo-hoo! So you're probably asking yourself, what sort of illicit drugs am I on to buy a 2000 AU Falcon 1-tonner with a fridge box on the back? I mean, a fridge box. And, you know, I got to ask myself the same question. A couple of times when I've bought projects in the past, they probably haven't been the best projects, but we've made the most of them. And this is going to be the most ambitious project we've done on the O2 garage. And the whole thing is about making money. It always has been. But this particular AU I bought because I could see the potential that was there. And it wasn't so much what I could do to it, it was what I could recover off the car pretty well straight away. So there's always method in my madness, despite how ugly this freaking car is. Let's hop back outside and I'll tell you what the project is. Okay, so it's nice and simple. The AU Falcon you can see behind me is not any ordinary AU Falcon. Well, it is an ordinary everyday AU Falcon, but it's not a normal one. You see, for starters, you've probably already picked up the fact that it's got 16-inch shark fin alloy rims on it. And the 16-inch shark fin alloy wheels are actually pretty hard to come by. You've also noticed the elephant in the room, which is the fridge box at the back. The fridge box is actually an Alaskan Air fridge box. And what you can't see is that everything is there, not connected, for that fridge box to work. Now, if you know anything about fridge boxes, let me know, because I don't know anything about them at all. But what I can tell you is the fridge box is actually worth a bit of money. So first and foremost, I bought the car because I know I'm going to be able to sell the rims and I'm going to be able to sell the fridge box. And in fact, as I'm speaking to you now, I've only had it for less than a week and I've already sold the fridge box. So to give you a bit of an idea how things work, I bought the whole car for $1,100. $1,100. And I've got a few more surprises I'm going to show you in a minute. But I've already sold the fridge box for $500. So it only owes me $600. I'm also looking at selling these shark fin rims for, I don't know, probably about $400 thereabouts. So I'm looking at getting a car for $200. So an AU Falcon for $200. And now for some of the surprises. You ready? Come and have a look what's under the bonnet. Because it's a 4-litre 6-cylinder, yeah, but it's a green top 4-litre 6-cylinder. And do you know what green top means? Green top, if you have a look down there, means that this is actually a factory LPG motor. Runs fine, runs perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. It's got an exhaust leak, it needs a tune-up, all those sort of bits and pieces. But have a look at this. There's no fuel rail in here. There's no fuel injectors. This is a factory-fitted LPG car. So that's going to stay because it's super cheap to run. Come have a look at my second little surprise. The second surprise is actually inside, because it doesn't have one pedal, it doesn't have two pedals, it's got a third pedal. It's a manual. Woohoo! Woohoo! So now before you start thinking, oh, he's going to build a drift car. No, I'm not going to build a drift car. But this is a factory fitted 4-litre LPG Falcon 1-tonner with a T5 5-speed. It's got a tacho dash, the air conditioning works, and it's absolutely rough as guts. So you're probably starting to understand why I bought this thing, because the reality of it is it only owes us about $200 once we've got all the bits and pieces out of the way. And I just got a few little ideas that have been kicking around in the old noggin for about 3 or 4 years on how to turn this into something completely different to what every other AU Falcon owner has ever seen before. They're not the most popular cars, but in certain circumstances, people absolutely love these things. And I'm banking on the fact that someone's going to look at this when it's finished and go, I got to have it. So whilst it's an ugly pig, and whilst it's undergoing a huge transformation, I got a feeling there's some real potential in this. All right, so where does the build start? Well, the build's going to start in a pretty simple place. I have sold the fridge box off the back. So now what I have to do is get this thing onto more flat ground, get the fridge box up, so it's in a position where we can bring the ute out of the back of it, and whoever buys the fridge box can just come and put it on a trailer and take it away. I've got a day to take that fridge box off, and I don't know how much it weighs, and I'm not sure how I'm going to balance it, but I've got to get it off the ground high enough for a trailer to get under the back. So the project begins. I hope you enjoy the ride on this one. I really do. And yeah, fingers crossed you enjoy how it ends up. Let's go. I've got everything I need to get the job done. And the plan is to lift that fridge box up in the air off the back of the ute, put the bearers on top of the tyres, drop it down, drive the ute out. That's the plan. And as Hannibal from the A-Team said, I love it when a plan comes together, but it's not together yet, we've got to do it. So let's crack it. Well, what do you guys reckon? I think it actually looks pretty cool. Now that it's got the box off the back, the box is gone, that's sold. 500 bucks, that's out the door. But what we're looking at is this thing right here. And I reckon the shape looks pretty cool. You got the cab up the front and the exposed ute section at the back. And I know it's got some dirty old XR6 alloys at the moment, but gives it a little bit of attitude. There's the twin LPG tanks, factory tanks, which is all pretty cool. We'll detail up all those lines and make them all look pretty spiffy, which should look pretty cool. Maybe do something with the tray at the back. I don't think it actually looks too bad. For an old AU Falcon, I reckon we've got something here. I reckon we can really do something with it. And get down to U-pull it, throw a few parts on it, and with any luck, make it look $1 million. Well, I don't know about $1 million, $2.50 maybe. Do us a favour, hit like and subscribe, because that's going to be the end of the video for this session. I'm going to go inside and have a lay down for a couple of days, and then we'll get back on it, servicing it, modifying it, tweaking it, making it look a hell of a lot better than what it does now. Throw us a like and subscribe, maybe even a comment. Yeah, throw us a comment as well. Let us know what you think. See you next time. On this episode of the O2 Garage, I break a Falcon in half. On this episode of the O2 Garage, we put that Falcon on a diet by taking the box off. On this episode of the O2 Garage, we did that. On this episode of the O2 Garage, it took a while, but we did that. On this episode of the O2 Garage, we bought that, they were together, and then we pulled them apart. And it wasn't easy.